a single. You got life up. And don't get me up on here saying that.
The ongoing feud between NFL star Steffon Diggs, rap superstar Cardi B, and her estranged husband Offset has become one of the most explosive celebrity dramas of the year. What began as private relationship turmoil has exploded into a very public war of words, accusations, and social media battles that show no signs of cooling down. The latest development sees Diggs finally breaking his silence and issuing a stern warning to Offset to stop making public comments about him and Cardi, marking a significant escalation in this already messy situation. For months, Offset has been making increasingly inflammatory statements about Diggs, most notably repeatedly referring to him as DL, down low, suggesting the football player is secretly gay.
Cardi sports a stunning body-hugging dress, while Steffon looks dapper in a stylish jacket and baseball cap. The timing of their arrival in the early morning of February 15th could suggest the two may have spent time together on Valentine's Day just a few hours earlier.
These accusations didn't emerge from nowhere. They stem from long-standing rumors about Diggs' sexuality that have circulated for years in both sports and entertainment circles. Diggs, who had previously maintained a dignified silence throughout the drama, appears to have reached his breaking point. Sources close to the situation indicate that Diggs has privately sent a strongly worded message to Offset, demanding he cease the public attacks, though neither party has confirmed this directly. The warning comes at a particularly tense moment, as Cardi has begun more openly acknowledging her relationship with Diggs, including liking social media posts suggesting they would appear together at the Grammys.
8 months pregnant, Offset went through her phone and called her texting a nigga, some dog nigga named Steffon Diggs, some football player. He done everybody's hoe in the game.
The roots of this explosive love triangle trace back to when Cardi was still married to Offset. In what may be the most shocking revelation of this entire saga, Offset has publicly claimed that Cardi began her relationship with Diggs while she was still legally married to him, and 8 months pregnant with their second child.
The link-up comes just over a week after the two were seen hanging out at a New York City nightclub. Cardi didn't address the dating rumors directly at the time, but did tell followers on an Instagram Live, "The internet is insane. All these rumors are so crazy."
This allegation first surfaced when Offset fired off a since-deleted tweet that read, "You effed with a baby inside, tell the truth." Cardi's defiant response to this accusation only added fuel to the fire. Offset later provided more details, claiming he discovered incriminating text messages between Cardi and Diggs after going through her phone during her pregnancy. The Migos rapper didn't hold back in his characterization of Diggs, referring to him in derogatory terms and essentially accusing him of being a homewrecker. Cardi's stance throughout this drama has been remarkably consistent. She maintains that her marriage to Offset is irrevocably over.
WAP.
WAP. And what does that stand for?
That's Cardi B.
And that she has every right to move on with her life, including pursuing a relationship with Diggs. Those close to Cardi suggest that she views Offset's public outbursts as attempts to control and manipulate her even after their separation. Her decision to start liking posts about her and Diggs attending high-profile events together appears to be a deliberate strategy to demonstrate that she won't be intimidated or shamed into hiding her new relationship. This has only served to further provoke Offset.
What's that nigga position?
Wide receiver.
He running down the field in that gap. Yeah.
Who has escalated his attacks in response. The situation took an even darker turn when Diggs' former stylist, Chris Blake, came forward with explosive allegations that seemed to lend credibility to Offset's DL accusations. Blake claimed in a series of social media posts and interviews that Diggs had made unwanted sexual advances toward him during their professional relationship. According to Blake, the situation turned frightening when Diggs allegedly spiked his drink in an attempt to take advantage of him sexually. When Blake rejected these advances and threatened to go public, he claims Diggs enlisted his brother, Derez Diggs, to assault him in an elevator. Blake filed a police report and lawsuit regarding the alleged attack, though the case was eventually settled out of court. These allegations, while unproven in a court of law, have significantly impacted public perception of Diggs and given Offset additional ammunition in his public feud. The timing of these allegations is particularly noteworthy as they emerged, just as Cardi and Diggs were becoming more public with their relationship.
She done went and got that athlete dick.
Right.
Chances are this nigga don't drink or smoke. He taking all his vitamins and his nutrients.
He's at the IV therapy
He's
clinic.
at the IV therapy clinic.
Many observers speculate that Offset may have played a role in bringing these accusations to light at this particular moment, though no direct evidence supports this theory. What is clear is that the allegations have created a media firestorm, with fans and commentators debating their veracity and relevance to Cardi and Diggs' current relationship. Some argue that even if true, Diggs' private sexual orientation shouldn't impact his public relationship with Cardi, while others suggest these allegations point to a pattern of problematic behavior. Cardi's response to these swirling rumors has been telling. Rather than distancing herself from Diggs, she has instead doubled down on their public appearances. The couple was spotted together on Valentine's Day, and later viral videos showed Cardi giving Diggs a lap dance during a night out at a club.
He can run 7 miles a day. Boys, conditions.
Different than that
Stamina
drug
up.
rapper.
Man, he fucking the shit out of Cardi B. And they're driving Offset crazy.
These public displays of affection appear to be Cardi's way of sending a clear message to both Offset and the public that she is unbothered by the drama and committed to her new relationship. Body language experts analyzing their interactions note that Cardi appears genuinely comfortable and affectionate with Diggs, displaying none of the tension that often characterized her public appearances with Offset during their rocky marriage. Offset's reaction to these developments has been predictably volatile. When a fan commented "Offset punch in air" under a post about Cardi and Diggs' club outing, Offset replied, "I'm happy for her," but the sarcasm was palpable. Those close to the situation reveal that privately, Offset is anything but happy about Cardi moving on. His public persona alternates between attempts at appearing mature and above the drama, and moments of clear bitterness where he lashes out at both Cardi and Diggs.
Cardi B is spotted out with NFL star Steffon Diggs again, just over a week after her ex Offset seemingly called out their last meetup. Photos and video obtained by TMZ show the rapper and Houston Texans wide receiver arriving to a Miami hotel early on the morning of February 15th.
This inconsistency has led many observers to question Offset's emotional stability during this difficult period. Some mental health professionals commenting on the situation have suggested that Offset may be struggling with genuine heartbreak, compounded by the public nature of the breakup, leading to his erratic behavior. The public reaction to this ongoing saga has been sharply divided. On one side are those who sympathize with Offset, viewing him as a wronged husband fighting for his family. These supporters often point to Cardi's alleged infidelity during the marriage as justification for Offset's anger. On the other side are those who argue that Offset's own history of infidelity and controlling behavior during their marriage invalidates his moral high ground. This camp generally supports Cardi's right to move on and views Offset's public outbursts as emotional manipulation. Adding another layer of complexity are the racial and cultural dynamics at play.
She threw it in people's face that she wasn't leaving Steffon when she and him were seen spending time together on Valentine's Day.
Some commentators within the Black community have noted how accusations of being on the DL carry particular weight and stigma, making Offset's repeated use of this allegation against Diggs especially damaging. Others have criticized this line of attack as homophobic and irrelevant to the actual issues in the failed marriage. The conversation has sparked broader discussions about masculinity, sexuality, and respectability in hip-hop culture. As the drama continues to unfold, several key questions remain unanswered. Will Diggs take legal action against Offset for the continued public accusations? How will this affect Diggs' NFL career and endorsements? Can Cardi and Diggs' relationship survive the constant scrutiny and drama? And perhaps most importantly, will Offset eventually find a way to move on? Or will his obsession with his ex-wife's new relationship continue to dominate his public persona? What makes this story particularly compelling is how it encapsulates so many contemporary issues: the intersection of sports and entertainment celebrity, the power dynamics in high-profile relationships, the challenges of co-parenting after
A single, you got life f***ed up. And don't get me on here saying that.
a messy breakup, and the role of social media in modern conflicts. Unlike many celebrity feuds that fade quickly, this one shows remarkable staying power, with new developments emerging weekly to keep it in the public eye. Industry insiders suggest that the financial implications for all parties are significant. Offset's reputation has taken a hit among some fans who view his behavior as unstable, potentially affecting his music career and endorsements. Cardi, while maintaining her core fan base, risks alienating more conservative segments of her audience, with her unabashed embrace of a new relationship so soon after her marriage. For Diggs, the personal allegations could potentially impact his standing with the Buffalo Bills and his various sponsorship deals, though his on-field performance will likely remain the primary factor in his professional trajectory. Psychologists analyzing the situation note that all three principals appear trapped in a classic drama triangle of persecutor, victim, and rescuer, with the roles shifting depending on perspective. Offset positions himself as the victim of betrayal, while painting Diggs as the villainous homewrecker. Cardi frames herself as the victim of Offset's controlling behavior, with Diggs as her rescuer.
Cardi's ex, rapper Offset, seemingly shaded the news in several posts on X, writing, "Had you last week, by the way."
Diggs, until recently silent, now appears to be asserting his own narrative as the victim of Offset's harassment. This dynamic makes resolution particularly challenging, as each party remains locked in their perception of the conflict. The children involved add another heartbreaking dimension to the story. Cardi and Offset share 2 young children, and the public nature of this feud inevitably affects them. Co-parenting experts emphasize the importance of shielding children from parental conflict, but the very public nature of this drama makes that nearly impossible. Some family law attorneys have speculated that this ongoing public feud could eventually lead to legal battles over custody arrangements if it continues to escalate. Looking ahead, several potential outcomes seem possible. The most optimistic scenario would see all parties gradually disengaging from the public feud, focusing instead on their respective careers and private lives. A middle path might involve continued low-level tensions played out through subtle social media posts and interview comments. The worst-case scenario could see the conflict escalating further, potentially involving legal action or even physical altercations. Given the history so far, the middle path seems most likely, with periodic flare-ups keeping the drama alive in the public consciousness. What remains undeniable is the public's fascination with this story. It taps into universal themes of love, betrayal, revenge, and redemption that have captivated humans for centuries. The modern twist of social media amplification and celebrity culture makes it particularly compelling for today's audiences. As long as the principals continue to engage publicly, the drama will likely continue to dominate entertainment news cycles. Ultimately, this saga serves as a cautionary tale about the challenges of navigating high-profile relationships in the digital age. The line between personal and public becomes dangerously blurred, with every private emotion potentially becoming public content. For Cardi, Offset, and Diggs, the path forward will require difficult choices about what to share and what to keep private, how to balance personal feelings with public personas, and when to engage versus when to walk away. The resolution, whenever it comes, will likely teach us all something about fame, relationships, and the price of living life in the spotlight. As of now, the story continues to develop daily, with new twists ensuring it remains one of the most talked about celebrity narratives of our time. Whether it ultimately ends in reconciliation, quiet detente, or further escalation remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: the world will be watching.